Good morning, Linda. How are you?
I'm fabulous, thank you. I just finished a beautiful hypnotherapy and meditation session, so I am grounded and relaxed and ready to have a beautiful conversation with you this morning, Liz.
Oh, that's wonderful. I apologize. I missed your class and I was so looking forward to it. So I would love if you're comfortable with it to talk about the class today or share with the audience about that because your work is fascinating. And so, by the way, sorry, this is Liz from Liz Nicholls of Women in Motion. I'm with Linda Mallard from Tawassum Wellness Center and Intentional Life. And I'm super excited to interview her because the work she's doing out there in the world is just unbelievable. And just a side note, the changes I've experienced in myself since I started working with Linda, unbelievable, unbelievable. So I won't get into me because this is not about me, but I got to tell you, it's amazing work. So over to you, Linda.
Oh, thank you for that, Liz. And it really is life-changing work. And what I love about what I do is that I'm learning and growing and shifting and changing as I'm supporting others to do the same. So we're just leveling each other up, and it makes life really fun. And we're always expanding. I think that we are capable of much more than often what we think we are. And it's often our beliefs of things that happened when we were younger that hold us back from really sharing our voice and speaking up and doing things that we would love to do if we can hold ourselves small. So yes, I am a certified hypnotherapist, as well as I'm certified in energy medicine, in bioenergetic synchronization technique and remote healing. And the work is so powerful because we often don't even know what holds us back. We just know somewhere in our body there's something we want to do that, but we don't do it. So why do we lack confidence? When I talk to people, a lack of confidence is often what is at the bottom of it. It's like, oh, I can't, or I shouldn't, or it's too much. And so we wonder what it is that's holding us back. And so in hypnotherapy, we take you into a really beautifully relaxed state, and we drop into the root, the cause, and the reason for why we have these beliefs or these judgments about ourselves. So today in our complimentary hypnotherapy and meditation center, it was about developing massive confidence. And we looked at the three main things that humans have as a belief system that are underlying any issue. So you can take any issue you have of low self-esteem, procrastination, smoking, why we do anything that sort of holds us back. Is the first one is people will feel I'm not enough. So maybe we want to be the president of some board, yet we don't throw our hat in the ring, and the belief could be I'm not enough. The second belief is I'm different, so I can't connect. So there's this sense of I'm different, I don't fit in. As children growing up, that's our goal. We always just want to fit in. And then as we become adults, we realize, well, we actually want our uniqueness as our talents and skills to show those. So it can be a bit confusing, right? We spend our life trying to belong and fit in. Then it's like, oh no, I'm different and I want to stand up. So, it becomes a little convoluted. And then the third is, I know what I want, but there's a belief that it's not available to me. So, it's always good to sort of understand where these underlying beliefs come from and the meaning that we make of them. So we talked about, a couple of things before we went into the hypnotherapy, but, one of the things when we're wanting to make a shift or a change of a way that we've been behaving that's ingrained in our body is that we suggest that you actually lie to your mind and start behaving in the way as if you have confidence, and then let your mind catch up. And so some tips, do you want some tips on what confident people do?
Absolutely.
All
Yeah,
right.
this is great.
So if we want to lie to our mind, we look at people that we say have confidence. We look, oh, that person is so confident. We look at Barack Obama. That guy is just like confident. Michelle Obama, confident. Now, do they always feel confident? Are they nervous before they stand up in front of a big audience? Perhaps, maybe not anymore, but definitely at first they were. So what do people with confidence do? Well, one is they speak slowly. So if somebody is confident, they tend to slow their talk down, not so slow that people are like, okay, get it out, but enough that there's that confidence that I don't need to rush. The second thing is they don't move around a lot. Now I'm pretty animated when I talk, so online I'm training myself to be more still. It's okay to gesture. It's okay to be, I'm with you if someone's sharing something heartfelt, or to, make these gestures to drive the point home. But we don't want to be moving and waving around like there's sort of this moving target. So people with confidence, they speak slowly and they become very still in their body. Posture is important. So sitting up straight, shoulders back, pull the tummy in, right? Sort of have that energy that exudes confidence. I know we do it right away, right? Let's like, oh, there we go. And then we breathe deeply into the belly. So when we want to be confident, taking those breaths, breathing deep into the belly and slowing it down, and then just speaking from a clear voice. Eye contact is important. It can be tricky on Zoom. Many of us have cameras that are higher up, yet we want to look at the people. So remembering to actually look into the camera and visualize that person right on the other side so that you're really connecting with that person through the camera. Things like if you're at a social event and someone asks, what do you do? Make sure that you face them, right? So if somebody's bored and they're not interested, they're going to have their lower body turned a little bit towards the door. And that's an indication that they're not really interested in what you're saying. It's like, okay, hurry up so I can move on and talk to the next person because I just realized you're not as important as I thought. I don't know. But make sure you're facing them so that they know that you're with them and present. So we've got the speaking slow, keeping more still in the body. We have the posture and alignment, and then facing the person. So if you're in a conversation and they ask, what do you do? Answer the question, what you do. Don't rush it. We don't have to go on and on about it, but answer the question and then tell them what you love about it. This is what I do, and this is what I love about what I do. And then ask the question back and maintain your body language as interested, eye contact, and facing them. So these are some of the things that you can do that you literally lie to your mind, move in this way. The last tip, which I think is good, and I'll share this one, is speaking softly, which again, I project because I'm used to teaching to big groups of people. But you ever notice in movies, like the head of the cartel, they speak slowly and quietly, so people actually have to kind of lean into what they're saying. So, having the voice at the volume. So we went through that in our chat today and talking about that. And then we actually went into a meditation where we really instilled the confidence into their subconscious and their nervous system. So important, right? You're
Yeah,
playing a big game.
that's amazing. I really little upset that I missed that class. Was it recorded so that we can all watch it?
Of course, yes, it was
Yes.
recorded.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. So everybody, you've got to go check this out. Well, and also you have I'm such a big supporter of you and I just love your work because it's been so effective for me. And it's just amazing. And you're running these series. I always get really excited. It's like a kid in a candy store. I'm like, oh, look, she's talking about confidence. There's going to be this, there's going to be that. So can you maybe share and let everybody know what's upcoming, how they can contact you? And all that information, that'd be great.
Yeah, thank you, Liz. Yeah, I'm so excited about this series. A lot of people think hypnotherapy, we make you quack like a chicken and you feel like you don't have control over what's going on. And it's not like that at all. All we're doing is taking you into this beautiful, deep, relaxed state where your subconscious almost kind of goes to sleep, like it's listening, but not listening, so that we can access the subconscious where a lot of this stuff lives that we can now bring up, open up, and release. So the series, we have 2 more that I'm doing. So next Tuesday, which is August 15th, again, they're from 9 to 10:30 Pacific time, we're going to be doing a healing vortex where it's about heal your body now. So our body is designed to heal naturally. So when it's working in a state of homeostasis, where the nervous system does what it does, the chemistry of the body does what it needs to do, we have the energy flowing freely through our body, we can access our own innate healing superpowers. So that's what we're going to do next week. And then on August 22nd, same time, it's a Tuesday morning, we're going to be going from anxiety and overwhelm to calm. And we can switch that in a heartbeat. We can really do what we call the quantum flip, where we can recognize, whoo, I'm feeling anxious. We have some techniques we're going to teach you, as well as with these recordings, you receive the recording after where you listen to it every day. And it actually becomes your way of being. You can self-regulate even in your subconscious before you go, oh my gosh, well, that was a reaction. Even before you have that knee-jerk reaction, you can take yourself, oh, wait a minute, take it to the body. This is how I'm feeling. You learn some specific techniques where you can really live out of overwhelm as your normal, as opposed to overwhelm being the normal. I'm out of overwhelm. And all overwhelm really is you're expanding, you're growing. And so it's like when we're in overwhelm, it means like, whoo, I'm up to something big. And so now I just need to expand into that, harness it, and integrate that into my body, breathe. And even with overwhelm, if you do have those times where you're just feeling like, wow, like I'm really just on my knees with this, there's some things you could do, like sit on the floor, tuck your legs up, support your forehead on your knees, and just breathe into your back space. So we're going to give you some tips of that as well. So how do we deal with things that are really sort of coming over us in the moment? But the ultimate is that being in a state of calm, self-control, rooted, and grounding becomes your new normal, so that the overwhelm is less of a familiar thing and grounded is more familiar.
I need that class.
Yeah. Well, you've got a lot of really great projects going on, Liz. And this is the thing, right? Is that we have so much to give to the world. And when we're living in alignment with who we are, everybody benefits. And you have a gift, and there's no one like you here. And so we want to set ourselves up in the best place, the best health, the best situation, and be grounded. And that's what the energy codes work does. That's what your training and learning does, is that it allows you to expand. And in that expansion, though, it's a little unfamiliar. It's like, whoa, I've just expanded. And so what we teach you is how to anchor into that and build the circuitry so that we don't get overwhelmed by it. Instead, it's like, okay, I'm just learning how to be in this new place of incredibleness. And then we can expand again and we anchor. So this is what all of this is learning. And this is what you're doing. Because Liz, I just see you expanding all over the place. I see your energy elevated. People are happy, and it takes a practice.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It takes practice to be happy and joyful, and to put yourself out there. It takes a practice. And it takes this confidence, and none of it's by accident. And I just see you flourishing and growing in the last few months that we've had a lot of interaction. It's really, really quite beautiful, because you're doing a lot of good for people in the world.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's been so interesting. Like, I'm just loving this, like the workshops I've done with you in person, and the Zoom calls, and these free sessions that you do and everything. It's just amazing. And I won't get into it too much because it's not really about me, but I have changed, and my energy has shifted, and my, being more authentic. It's just so many changes, because you get to a point where you go, okay, yeah, okay, I get it. And it's just fascinating. Like, I can see myself doing work with you for a long time to come, because it's making me a better person, so that I can go out into the world and provide what I do out there from a more grounded place. And what I love about what you talked about is sometimes I get really hyper, and I get really excited, and and I need to learn, and I am learning to pull it in, to bring it and ground it. So it's amazing. So how can people, I mean, it's really amazing work. Like this is, I feel like I've been waiting for this my whole life. It's like, oh, it's kind of one of those things that hit you in the forehead and you go, where was this? So anyway, how can everybody get a hold of you? Because I highly, highly, highly recommend you to everybody out there. You have so many wonderful offerings that you have, and they're all, well, I've been following you for what, 20 years, I think now, since you first opened your first studio. And it's always positive and helpful. And anyway, so how can people get a hold of you?
Yeah, thank you, Liz. And just a quick reference, this is about you because it's about all of us, and that's why we're here, right? Is ultimately our destiny is our legacy and the impact that we make on others in the world to make it a better place. And community is so important. So my website is intentionallife.ca. You have to spell intentional and spell life, that double L in there, .ca. That's the website that talks about all the different things I do in the energy healing and quantum physics and hypnotherapy, as well as there's a contact form there that they can, that anyone can fill out. And I always offer a 30-minute call where we get to know each other. I can learn about your goals, what you're up to, and see if there's something that I can support you with. I find when people do energy work and they have coaching, and the movement is important. Where I love the Pilates or yoga, is that their life just goes this. And that's what I'm seeing with you, is that all of a sudden life flows, you're moving with the flow of the river, you're not pushing things uphill. But through that expansion and that growth, having someone supporting you and helping to keep you on track. Like you said, sometimes, we get all excited and up in our head, and we also need to organize it, right? Expansion also needs structure. You can't make ice cubes without putting water in the tray and putting it in the fridge. We need that combination of things. And that's what I love about partnering with people in their goals. So yes, intentionallife.ca is the easiest way. And then we just have a chat. Join any of my free webinars, which are, the registrations are always on Eventbrite.
And they're great. So great. Well, listen, thank you so much. I love our time together. I'm very grateful and thankful for you and the work that you do. And I would love to keep these conversations going because it's making an impact out there. And after what we've all gone through the last few years, I feel like, a lot of us need to realign and get back to, who we are. So I thank you so much. And we'll see you again soon. And bye for now. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much, Liz. Thanks, everybody.